Okay, hello. This is Coach Charles Stone with Northwestern University head coach. Username official Mind Lab. You can see my history here. I was with Eastern Illinois for a bit, went to Sacred Heart, went to the Seahawks, and now I'm back at Northwestern where I belong. So I'm just gonna go kind of through our season, what we got. Kind of just give a preview of the general team. I think we got a good team. So our schedule, we play all the same teams from last season, except it's in a different order this time. We started the year with three straight road games: Western Illinois, Harvard, and Iowa. I think those should be pretty definitive games that we can win, but I think they could be a challenge potentially. It really comes down to, the activity of the team that we're facing. All right. And then we get next stretch. We'll go stretches of three, I guess. Um, we got Minnesota, Nebraska, Purdue, and Nebraska. Now these are going to be definitely three challenging games. These are three teams we lost to last season, but I feel like we can maybe win one or two of these games. Um, Minnesota, I think we have a chance against. Purdue, I honestly don't think we're going to win that game. But Nebraska, I think we can beat because we were up 17-7 on them last season at one point before I had to go, and we kind of fell apart from there. But I think we can beat that team. Next stretch of three, we got Michigan, Wisconsin, and Penn State. I think Michigan will be a close game. It can go either way, honestly, but I think we can beat Wisconsin and Penn State. Wisconsin, we had a crazy ass game last season against them, week one. That was a pretty good game. Penn State, they actually made it. They actually challenged us in the first little bit, but we closed it up pretty nicely. All right, last stretch of three: Ohio State, Illinois, and Wagner. We lost to Ohio State, but I think we can take them this year. I think their rosters got progressively worse, and our rosters got progressively better. Um, Illinois, I think we can beat, and Wagner, I think we can beat. There's not too much there. Illinois is our rivalry game, so we always look forward to that. And this time we play on the road when we hosted them last year. All right, let's take a look at our depth chart. We'll go position by position here. So Xavier Shute and John Newman, the starter and the backup from last season, shoots the highest eval on our team, up to about a 90 something right now. He's a baller. He can ball. Junior, so we'll have him back next year too, which is nice. And then we also got this true freshman Andre Ring, who's I think like a 78 maybe. He's pretty good. I always really like our backfield, honestly. Now we have a true freshman named Quentin Sales, who's in the low 80s, but we have so much depth here that I thought it was better if he waited a season so he can hit the ground running rather than just being like a third string back, because he's not really growing. So we got Dion Arnold, who's really good. He was injured a lot of last season, but when he was in there, he was good. Fernandez was more the lead back last season. He was good. Nunley was a freshman. He was also pretty good on special teams as well. Fullback, we got a new starter. Livon Quarius Donahue was the backup last season. He's starting now. And John Lundberg, a.k.a. the Thunderbird, John the Thunderbird Lundberg, out of Seattle. He's good. He's a great player. All right, I'm just going to crack open a cold one. All right. So move on to wide receiver. It's four of the same five that were in the depth chart are back. Poline had a great rookie. Poline and Baum had great freshman years. Baum's in the slot wide receiver 3 where he does the most. Poline is on the outside. Richard and Tatum were in the rotation last year. And Leonard's a bit new, but he'll do fine. Tight end, we got a new freshman starting. He's in the high 70s. And then we got a backup last year. Robin Mayer is once again a backup. I like our centers. Our offensive line I like. Our centers, Barry Batts and Malik Bond. Barry Batts was the starter last season as a true freshman. He'll come back. Then Malik Bond's a true freshman now, and he'll be the backup. Vernon Shiflett, he's a great player. I believe he's a JUCO recruit that's a first year with Northwestern, so I'm looking forward to him play. Reggie Smith started last season as a true freshman. He'll start again. And then our tackles are really good. Dennis Mays and Reginald Tuss are two of the highest evals on our team. They're both well into the 80s. They'll be great players for us. Special teams, same two people as last season, James Boyd and Sheldon Nares. They're both seniors, so we'll have to look to replace that. We've retained 3 of the 4 starters on our defensive line. Espinosa, Mills, and Waring. Morrissey was a backup last season. He'll start this season. Pearson was really good when he was playing last season. He didn't play much, but when he had to sub in for injuries, he was really good. Um, see, Alfonso Espinosa was a JUCO recruit, so a first year last year. He did really good. He's a senior now. I hope he'll play good. Vega's a true freshman out of Colorado, and I think he'll be really good too. Now, Edward Boiling was the star of our defense last season. He had well over 100 tackles, well over 10 TFLs, a handful of sacks, a pick or two in there, a few forced fumbles too. He was a beast. He did it all. He'll be back, captain of the defense. And then Ronaldo Ruiz, the true freshman, who's actually really close to the same eval as Bowling, will also get the start. Outside linebacker, it's an interesting group. Reggie Jones was a starter last season. He'll come back. We had a dude called Tyreek Dalton who was really good. He's not here anymore, so Andre Collins will start over him. And then we got two freshmen backing them up. Charles Whittington, who's a pretty good player, and Horatio Armijo, who's I think he was a walk-on actually, and now he's starting. I know he's in the rotation, so because I don't remember offering him, but he's pretty good. I like our CB group a lot. Terrence Comas, he was CB3 or CB2 last season. He's now CB1 on the left side, which is the quarterback's right-handed quarterback's go-to side. So that's why he put the best CB on the left. We got two true freshmen in there too, Reggie Barty and Giovanni Coleman, and then Charles Chisholm, who was the CB 3 or 4 last season, is also in there. Safety, it's a really young group. As you see, we got a sophomore starting and a freshman starting, not a sophomore, but a senior in there too. Grant started last season. He's the backup now to a recruit we got, Tayshawn Minter. Morrow started last season. He was pretty good. He'll be back. Benavides also started last season, but he's not starting this year. All right, so that's our defense. And moving over offense too. I'm not going to show you the grid just because I don't want to leak everything. But I'm expecting some good things for this year. We were really snubbed, quite honestly, from the tournament last year, the ENT or whatever it's called. I think we can make it this year. Probably even be ranked eventually. So, that's a preview of our team. Thanks for watching.